Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from SneakerFiles.com. Today we're going to be going over two different pairs of Cool Gray 11s from 2010. This pair over here on the left is from, on my left, is from Pick Your Shoes right here, and then this pair right here is from VMV Inc., which is an early site, early seller, wholesaler, all that stuff. So one thing I wanted to point out before I get into all of the differences between the twos is that this video is not directed towards any one person as far as a YouTube reviewer or site, blog and all of that stuff. Every site has posted pictures from every single early seller's stock that we can even remember. Way back from Space Jam releases and all that stuff. So this has been happening for a while now. Again, this is not directed or intended to be disrespectful towards any person in general. This is mainly directed towards the sellers themselves. When we're on YouTube or on a blog and all of that stuff, we're expected to know everything about these shoes because we're the ones that are giving you that information on where to buy, what to buy, and whether or not it's authentic. As of late, there has been a lot of speculation as far as who's getting what, how, if it is authentic or not, where is it coming from, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of write-ups and things like that on Sneaker Files and even Soul Collectors. So we're not going to get into that stuff. And Soul Supremacy as well. So all of these places have had write-ups previously, so I'm not going to get into the details on where they're getting their stuff from, but I will be saying basically that the shoes here from Pick Your Shoes are 100% authentic, and then the shoes from VMV Inc. use authentic materials in a sense. Not 100% of it is legitimate, and then I've never bought from an Air Randy or I don't know, there's other sites, I don't remember the names of them right now, like Kicks Lab and stuff like that, but I've never bought from any of those places. I've only bought from VMV Inc. And so that's where this is going. But basically, I've been collecting since I was in high school, freshman year of high school. I know a lot about sneakers, and this kind of proves that no matter how long you've been in the game, you can still get screwed over by extremely high quality fakes. I am open enough with everybody to admit that I have been had a couple of times now, because I bought from VMV Inc. about 2 or 3 times. So but it is what it is. I made a mistake trusting them. They state that their stuff is authentic and all that stuff, but we won't get too much into that. So this is going to be a really long video, most likely. So just kind of, if you want to watch it, watch it. If not, then exit now. And yeah, so without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the pair right here is from VMV Inc. and then the pair right here is from Pick Your Shoes. Right off the bat, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this too well, but this side right here is a very light gray, whereas this side is slightly darker. And then the VMV Inc. pair, the boxes also has a matte finish, so like a flat finish. And then this one has somewhat of a glossy finish. Not too glossy, of course, because there is the patent leather gloss there, but is definitely different than the VMV version. This part here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but all of the embossed branding is like the pair from Pick Your Shoes is perfectly embossed. It looks really nice, and then this pair, it's barely embossed. So I don't know if you can hear that, but this is Pick Your Shoes pair, and then this is from VMV Inc. So, and this is with all the branding, the Jumpman tabs right here, the logos, and all of that stuff. So Also, as you can see, both of these are a size 9. And so there really shouldn't be too much differences between the two, but there is quite a bit. So I don't know how well you were able to visually see all of that on video here, but you know, this pair right here, this is the VMV ink pair, and then this is the Pick Your Shoes pair. As I'm looking at these things, I mean, I'm still seeing new things, like the embossed lettering. It's slightly off skew, where it doesn't sit inside of the embossed lines. I'm talking about the glossy stuff, whereas these ones are just so much nicer. At the end of the video, actually, I think I'm going to add some images, so maybe that'll be better off than the video, but I'll keep going just for the heck of it. So we're going to get into the contents of the box and see what's up with that. So again, VMV ink, Pick Your Shoes. So there are differences just with the insert alone. This pair has a different shade of gray than this one, and once again you are getting the same exact problem with the font. The font on the fake stuff is just barely bolder. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. The mic made them fly line. And then this one, it's so much thinner. So again, I'm going to take pictures, so I think that might come across better. And then I will post those at the end of the video. Okay, so now we're inside the box. Everything inside the box is pretty much the same stuff. Actually, the one, Pick Your Shoes. So I actually won these. Came with a letter. I think I won them from being a subscriber or something to their YouTube channel, but whatever. And yeah, so the paper, again, is different. The squares right here, this is the Pick Your Shoes pair, and this is the VMV ink pair. The color alone is different. So this is a little bit lighter shade of gray, and this is a darker shade of gray. Again, don't know if that's going to translate. Try to take pictures and add them in to the end of the video. So those are all the signs for the boxes and the contents of the box themselves, as far as the paper goes. All of the branding, the embossed, that sheath that it comes with. So now we're going to get into the actual shoes. Okay, so I'm going to go over all of the stuff with the shoes that I can possibly point out for you guys. This pair here is from VMV ink. This pair here is from Pick Your Shoes. The pair from Pick Your Shoes I've never worn before. Those are completely dead stock. Because I thought that I had a pair that I did wear already that were actually authentic, which they're not. So these ones have been worn, and they're yellowing. But yeah, so right off the bat, I'm going to tell you right now, the materials themselves, the laces that they come with, all of the logos and the branding, patent leather, all of it's the same exact stuff. This is what makes it so hard to tell the difference between a real and a fake now. You have your obvious fakes, which are from like places like crispykicks.com, where the prices are like 40 bucks. And then you have these early sellers that are selling wholesale and pre-sale, pre-order, months ahead of the release schedule. They're not legitimate. Like, I mean, buy it if you want to, but I don't want to buy it anymore, especially not for 300 bucks. or whatever the costs are now. So, but basically, this is what it is. This is the pair from VMV Inc. This is from Pick Your Shoes. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice this, but the height of the midsoles are different. The real pair here sits up just a little bit higher than the fake pair, and everything from the numbers are real. They're put on the same exact way. You know, inside of these shoes they come with the same stuff. It's gray insole with a white Jumpman and then the gray shoe trees. But there are differences. They're very subtle. So this is from VMV Inc. And the Jumpman is kind of chunky in the midsection there. And this is from Pick Your Shoes. He looks like he's been on a diet since they made this pair here. So, again, I'll take pictures because I don't know if this is all going to come out well. But yeah, there's a slight difference in height. There's also a slight difference in the shoe's height itself. So the real pair comes up just a tad bit higher. Again, all of the materials are all authentic, so this is the stuff that's really hard to determine. So let's get into the sections that I found that were fake, or reasons to believe that they're fake. So first off, this is something that you're not going to be able to notice when you're not here, but this pair smells like a new pair of shoes. And this pair smells like glue, because there's just glue everywhere and it reeks. So I actually have to keep these in a bag because otherwise they make the entire room smell like glue. So that's not cool. There was glue all over the carbon fiber. It was sloppy as heck as far as the construction goes. The midsole here, the Phylon, is super soft. And then this Phylon is really, really dense. So it's fairly hard compared to this Phylon. This Phylon was actually so soft that I was able to do this to the shoe with my bare hands. Pull the sole completely off. You'll be surprised at what I found inside as well. So again, everything looks legitimate. One thing to note is the toe cap. So you can actually see through to the Phylon underneath there. And then this one, it's that milky look, whatever you want to call it. It's not completely transparent. So, and I found out why. They actually put blue glue behind the toe cap piece. It's kind of weird. So, and that's what makes it really hard to see through it. Because this pair looks sort of milky, but it's not completely, like you can still see the patent leather behind there. Okay, so my camera died, and now I have to resort to finishing this on my iPhone. So, which I've never used to record anything before, so we'll see how this goes. So we're just going to go, this is the Pick Your Shoes pair, this is the VMV Inc. You can see, you know, the warped look there. And yes, they've been worn, but that's not the cause of it. I'll get into that later. And then you can see here where you can see through the toe cap on the VMV Inc. pair. And then this one, you cannot see through it. And then look at the patent leather. Patent leather is nice. Patent leather comes up at a point. You can see this is actually wrinkled up nylon underneath the patent leather inside the shoe. If you stick your hands inside and and just touch the tops, you'll feel the nylon there. And actually, I'll just show you now. So I actually destroyed one side of the shoe just so that I could see everything, but inside there you see that nylon and see how it's all wrinkled up. So that's what it does to the shoe. It just warps the shape, whereas these ones are nice and clean. So no quality control on these guys. But you can see there, it's just put on so sloppily, and you can actually feel it underneath your foot. So it's pretty crazy, to say the least. Again, these are authentic materials, and they're coming from the same factories, but they're not authorized by Jordan Brand, Nike, any of that stuff. Now we'll go inside the shoe. Oh, actually, before we do that, one more thing on the outside of the shoe. Jordan Brand products, all the new stuff, they all have the inside liner. They all come up and fold out on the top of the tongues. This is the pair from VMV Inc. You can see that it doesn't really do that, but on the other one it does. So, and they do this with all of their products now. This is how they used to do it back in the day, where the material would be tucked into the back, so it'd be like a cleaner look or whatever, but now all of their stuff is like this, where you can see the inside sock liner on the top of the tongue. On the bottom of the shoes, they're near identical. The only difference is the placement of the Jumpman. So on the VMV Inc. pair, he is 1 square away from that white circle. And see all of this residue here? This is all glue. That shouldn't be there. Now on the legitimate pair from Pick Your Shoes, carbon fiber's clean, there's no glue. And the Jordan is 1.5 squares away from that white ball. So you can see the difference pretty clearly there. And if this is doing that is your legit check, then that's not very accurate, guys. You know, carbon fiber, it's not a legit check. We have these guys right here. These are Jumpman Pros. The retros, the originals had carbon fiber. These have a TPU plate. This is fake carbon fiber. You know what I mean? They all make the tapping sound, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Carbon fiber has a texture to it because it's woven fibers, and then they carbonate it with the liquid, so it has a texture. It's a rough texture. So you know what I mean? It's not about the sound. I don't know who made that up, but that's kind of weird. So. Now, inside of the shoes, again, Pick Your Shoes pair, VMV Inc. The VMV Inc. pair did not come with one of those little stickers. Sorry, I'm trying to get out the shoe tree. So, there's that. So this is a VMV ink pair, and this is the Pick Your Shoes pair. They look exactly the same, and they pretty much are exactly the same. The only difference is that the pair that came from Pick Your Shoes, where is this the size tag? The pair that came from Pick Your Shoes says this. It says 8.5 to 10. So this shoe tree is supposed to be able to fit a size 8.5 to a size 10. And these are a size 9. So that matches. And then the pair from VMV Ink, they supplied me with a size 10.5 to a size 12 shoe tree. And these are a size 9. So that's a bummer. You know what I mean? Now we'll get in to the insoles. Alright, so here you have the insoles for both shoes. VMV Ink, Pick Your Shoes. Everything looks the same. Of course, these are worn, so that little like felt material that they glued on top of the foam is a little bit different. So this is where it starts to get interesting. So this Pick Your Shoes version. Look at the glue. The glue marks on there are different than the pair from VMV Ink. And these things are just saturated with glue. And on top of that, they are not even the same type of insole. The one that came with VMV Ink is actually thicker than the one that came from the real ones. So these are the Pick Your Shoes, and this is from VMV Ink. So hopefully that's clearly visible there, but this one is a lot thinner than this one. So yeah, they are not the same insole. You can see how that's nice and straight. And then this one's not. So there you go. Now you get inside the shoe. How do I turn on the flash? There we go. So this one's from VMV Ink, and they have red letters or numbers inside. And this one's from Pick Your Shoes. First off, you could see the actual stamp, which is nice, and then it's blue. Now, this is actually not a good way to check to see if your shoes are authentic by the numbers and the colors and all of that stuff. I have these here. These are the Stealth 3s. I bought these over at Finish Line. Bought these at Finish Line in store. And right there you can see, I put the sticker under there myself, but you can see that there's red on that side with the nylon here and then the white stitching. And the left shoe, it's blue nylon and blue stitching. Doesn't really, I don't even know what to say about that. So you can't really go by that stuff in there. I just thought that I'd point it out anyways. Now the tag. So there's the tag, 7, 9, 10, and then completion was 10, 11, 10, and all of that stuff. And this is the pair from VMV Inc. Where is the size? So they started it 7/9/10, same date, but they finished it like the next month. So instead of in October, they finished it in August. So again, I don't know what to think about that. Usually sneakers take about 3 months. Pretty much all of the ones that I've gotten from a store, they've went and started from the start date of production to the completion date of production. It has always been about 3 months, which is then usually about 2 to 3 months prior to the actual release date. So but yeah, everything else inside of the shoe, the foam inside there, I don't know if you can see that. There's a pair from Pick Your Shoes, but the foam is white right here. And then inside the VMV Inc. pair, they used the same white foam, although they doused it with glue, which this one doesn't have that. This one's actually not really glued down much at all. So yeah, there's a bunch of little things, and I mean little, where it's hard to tell what's authentic and what's not. Another thing that I wanted to point out actually is these loops right here. This is the pair from Pick Your Shoes. Let me turn off this flash. Okay, so this is the pair from Pick Your Shoes. You can see the stitching. It starts off right at the patent leather right there, and so each loop has the same amount of space between the stitching where it starts to the top of the loop. It's all the same space. And then this one here, this one's really tight. So I don't know how well that's going to come out either, but it's not the same. This one starts well above the patent leather, whereas this one starts right at the patent leather. So like, here we go. So you can see like they like totally moved this one up. It's not even, I mean, you barely have enough room to stick your lace in there as it is. And then this one you got plenty of space. From a top-down view, they are near identical. This is the pair from Pick Your Shoes. This is the pair from VMV Inc. There's some differences, like the spacing between the stitch and the patent leather is different. So again, it's just little stuff. You can hardly see it. The Jumpman and the Jordan, it's all there. It's all legit on both pairs. So they didn't do a good job on any of these. Like, all of the threads are loose on all that stuff. And same with like this one. It's all on the inside. But yeah, they didn't do, like, the manufacturing of the 2010 Cool Grays is not the best. So, and then the thing that I thought was like the I mean, it's the weirdest part about the shoe. Like, first off, I was able to rip off the, like, literally, like, rip it apart with my bare hands and all that stuff. For the tip here, I used a blow dryer, and it pulled off, and then everything else I was able to pull completely off of the midsole. Again, carbon fiber. The carbon fiber was real. Okay. The Phylon, I don't know about that stuff. I mean, this stuff is super soft. This feels like styrofoam. So, but yeah, I was able to pull it all right off of my hands, and that's super random right there. But then the full-length Airsole unit. This is what I pulled out of the shoe. This is not an airbag with any air in it. It's completely flat. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, look at how loose this is. This thing is limp. It needs Viagra. Like, there is no life in this bag. This is a hollowed out piece of plastic. This is crazy. Like, there's no air in here at all. Like, this is an airbag. Where's the air at? You know what I mean? I checked it and everything. There's no puncture holes. There's nothing. Like, it's just, this is insane. And the whole thing is completely airtight. So you stick it in water and then you try to press out what little, like, give it has. Like, nothing comes out. So, it's crazy. I don't have one on here. Let me pull one out. Actually, those are Zoom Air units. Hold on. Okay, so everybody knows where this came from. These are two different types of airbags, so don't look at the type and be like, oh, no wonder they're fake, because this is an actual airbag that Nike uses. I don't know if they're supposed to be in the Air Jordan 11s or not, because I've never pulled off the nylon strip before until today, and I don't really feel like doing that to an authentic pair. So, but you could see there that this is full. So there's stuff in there, and then this isn't. Let's see if I can. I want to try not to ruin more than one pair of shoes today. But hopefully you'll be able to see that there's air in there. It's like bubbled up and all that stuff. But you see, like, the puffiness of it. Like, it's like a little mini bounce house. And then you got this joint right here. Like, this is retarded. There's nothing in there. This is the thinnest thing I've ever seen inside of a shoe. So there's nothing, no air. And I pulled this directly out of the shoe that I literally just, and with my bare hands, like, that's crazy. So yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. You guys can buy from wherever it is that you want, and I really don't mind, because it's your money and all that stuff. I'm just saying, though, is that if you're walking around and you're thinking that you're buying you're thinking that you're buying legitimate products because a seller is stating that they are, when there is, I mean, there's the differences between the two are so small. Like, I mean, like I said, I've been collecting for so long, and I'm actually frustrated with myself that I missed out on these little details. And then I go and put up a review of the Cool Grays back when I got them. And I said, you know, where I got them from. I got them from VMV Inc. They're authentic. Go check them out. And whoever went out and bought them, that's on me right there. You know what I mean? I basically gave them the go-ahead because they might have trusted whatever I said, that VMV Inc. sells legit stuff, when that's not the case. It's just not. They are made from the same factory. They're made by the same people. They're not made underneath the eye of Jordan Brand or Nike. These are made off the grid, off market. I don't know if it's like maybe VMV Inc. goes in there and says, hey, I want 500 of these, and I want them by, you know, within 30 days. Factory makes them, gives them to VMV Inc. VMV Inc. puts it on their website, and boom, there you go. You know what I mean? So for all I know, that's how it can work. Other pairs are stolen. Other pairs are stolen B grades, or sold B grades when they should have been destroyed. So I wouldn't even say B grades, because B grades actually get sent to the store. I'm talking about like they didn't even make the grade, they didn't make the cut, and so Nike says, you know, destroy these models here. So for all I know, this can be that. But I mean, for this to be inside of the shoe, there's no. That's not an airbag. That's probably the part that pisses me off the most. That's not an airbag. So it's a flat piece of plastic. And again, they inserted with the wrong shoe tree. The boxes were all different. The inserts were different. The carbon fiber paper was different. The font on the boxes were different. The colors of the boxes were different. There are so many differences, and they're so subtle, that someone like me who's been buying these things for years missed it. So I'm about to run out of time. But yeah, so this is what it is, and thank you guys for watching. My advice to you, the only sites that I will ever buy from again online, besides the usuals like big chains, Foot Lockers, Eastbays, things like that, is Pick Your Shoes, Uptempo Air, and Insole.com. Those are the three places where I have always gotten guaranteed authentic merchandise. So no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then, like I said, Foot Locker, Eastbay, Finish Line, Foot Action, all that stuff, go for it. NikeStore.com, go ahead and do that. But if you're going to order from VMV Inc., Air Randy, Marquis Soul, Kickslab, and I don't know the rest of them, but there's a whole bunch of them. Sneaker Ape is one of the big ones with their restocks. Their magical restocks on stuff that's been sold out for 2 years. And they say Juwama Man or whatever it is. So, you know what I mean? Just be careful. If you, like I said, if you want to buy it, you want to pay $250 to $300 for it, go ahead. But just to let you guys know, I don't promote this stuff. I didn't do it intentionally either, and that's the part that sucks the most, is that I passed this off because it used the same crap. So, but it's not real. Pick Your Shoes, way to go. Authentic stuff. VMV Inc., you guys suck, man. So I don't care how many times you can tell me that your stuff is 100% authentic till you're blue in the face. I won't believe you. So your stuff is not legit, dude. So yeah, again, thanks guys for watching. Sorry about the iPhone thing. My camera literally died, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace.